Battlefield 2042 might be DICE and EA's most ambitious Battlefield game, and from my first glance at the open beta with roughly about 7 hours of play, you can immediately tell that despite 128 players on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC, it still flows like the Battlefield we know and love. But this beta doesn't deliver anything we hadn't seen before in a Battlefield game. Whatever EA has been advertising to us the last few months, it's not represented here. Instead of playing as a generic soldier, you play as a specific class that even has their own name. Each class comes with specific gear that only they can use, but the rest of the gear slots can be customized as you please.
Take some first aid!
The amount of customization feels like you can run the type of character that actually fits your playstyle or situation, and it's much needed considering how wild games can get. The only map available during the open beta is Orbital, which is a rocket launch site that has an incredible evolution. The change of the point hardly makes that much of a difference though. Orbital is an enormous map, and it's not even the biggest map in Battlefield 2042, but the way the map is designed doesn't make it feel like battles are any further away compared to previous Battlefield games. However, when there's no one around, it feels really empty. Thankfully, you can airdrop your own vehicle to quicken the pace, but you're only allowed to airdrop vehicles when they're available. If someone just dropped the vehicle you're looking for, you won't be able to for a little while. What's baffling is the lack of destruction. It feels like Gold Mud Railway from Battlefield 4. Lots of open space and a few buildings you can blow some holes in, but nothing feels like your cover is blown from a tank blast. What is impressive are the craters that form when rockets or any heavy explosive hits the ground. It's not particularly groundbreaking, but it's a nice touch that adds to the epic feel Battlefield tends to bring. There is a small change to how capturing points in Conquest Large works. Instead of capturing a single point to help towards gaining control, some areas require that you capture multiple points to command the sector. The fight over points is still as intense and chaotic as expected, but because the map is so wide, it's difficult to figure out which point needs offense or defense until you get closer to it. Also, there's no way to pull up a map while in a match, which is frustrating. One of the biggest draws of Battlefield 2042 has been the expectation that a tornado would sweep through the map. I only saw one, and it was coming slowly from out of bounds. By the time it might have become something to be concerned about, the match was over. Battlefield 2042 retains its epic sound design, but the beta is affected by low volume or muted sound. The guns sound fine, but explosions aren't booming with the same power or resonance. The most egregious part of the beta that clearly signals the reason for the delay is the abundant amount of physics glitches, screen artifacts, and latency issues. Here's a few to demonstrate. Overall performance on Series X is smooth. Whatever performance issues that do exist don't come from the black box very often. The way the foliage moves in the wind, the way the smoke billows out of an explosion, and the dynamic weather showcases the power available in next gen, all while maintaining 128 players. Obviously, this is a beta and many of these issues can be fixed before launch, and perhaps when the full game launches, performance could take a hit. Who knows? It's Battlefield. How it launches is about as unpredictable as the matches themselves. What's clear is that despite the massive increase in player numbers and map size, the shell of what makes a Battlefield game isn't compromised. There's lots of chaos, lots of explosions, and the general intensity of the game remains, but it is clearly riddled with all kinds of technical issues that stand to create a cobbled mess of a launch if the issues aren't resolved in time. Battlefield 2042 launches November 19th on PC, Xbox consoles, and the PS4 and PS5. Subscribe to our channel to get more information, previews, and our review of Battlefield 2042. And if you found this video useful or however you felt about it, hit one of those thumbs up there.